In 2015, we had our opportunity to come out to Easter Jeep Safari with my company for the first time. And we brought 3 sport Jeep Wranglers, and we had the opportunity to actually go out and drive on the Poison Spider, Gold Bar Rim, and come out the other side where Gemini Bridges exits. And it was a pretty extreme day. I think we had 23 vehicles with us that day. It was my first time really off-roading anywhere, except for, the small things around town or in the backyard. And we had no idea what a Jeep could do, and we had some expectations. We thought, okay, I'd climb over some big rocks and things like that. But it's not until you're on the trail that you realize how big the things are that you're driving on, because cameras can't capture it. And no matter how many times someone tells you how exciting it was or how dangerous it was or how they almost lost a limb, whatever it is, you don't ever believe them. And so what happened was we went out, and right away the trail starts out pretty straightforward and simple. But as you get up the trail, you do a couple switchbacks, and pretty soon you're climbing some ledges. And we came up to a ledge, and I remember pulling forward right into that ledge, and the ledge was as tall as our bumper was. And at that time, Jeep Wrangler 4-door, lifted, 35-inch tires on it, looked the part, felt pretty cool, but I was looking straight out my windshield at these rocks thinking there's no possible way. So our spotter, who was a veteran, if you will, was out there, and he was spotting us and going through it. And I remember distinctly pulling up to this rock ledge, looking straight at it, and thought there's no possible way. There's no way I can climb this ledge. I'm looking straight at it out my windshield. So what he did was he just said, okay, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. And then the quote that stuck with us the rest of the trip was, all right, now drive on up. And we just looked at my co-pilot and I looked at each other and we're like, drive on up? That's not possible. How could you possibly drive on up? We're looking at the wall right here. And trusted the spotter. And as we just creeped up this edge, the front of the Jeep lifted nicely and just lifted the tires up on top of that ledge. And as we drove, half a mile an hour, the car just climbed right up. And throughout the day, this same spotter kept on helping us over and over and over again. And we realized that his favorite phrase was, drive on up. And it was interesting because when you have the right equipment and you have a spotter that knows what he's doing, it really is as easy as drive on up. We've seen a lot of bad spotters and people that have maybe not good enough equipment, myself included. I've been in that situation a lot. But if you have a good spotter and they know the line, you can actually drive up a lot of the trails around Moab that most people don't think are possible. Now, one example of that is, I've told this story in the past, is Hell's Revenge. There's a trail there called Hell's Gate. And a lot of people think that Hell's Gate is a super difficult, scary obstacle because if you have a bad spotter, you can end up upside down. So as we had the opportunity to go out and do this trail, we went up Hell's Gate, and before I went down into it, I asked my friend, who was my spotter, and he had done this before. I said, do you think I can do it? I don't have lockers. I am on a base sport model. At that time, I was using a company vehicle, and he said, yeah, I think you can do it. And so we went up it, and we were able to just crawl right up that face without any trouble. And really, it came down to him being a good spotter, knowing how to position the vehicle, and it was really just a matter of driving right up. So the most important thing you can remember is that if you have a spotter that you trust, they are driving the vehicle for you. You are just listening to them. You are essentially their hands as that vehicle climbs the rock, because you cannot see what you're doing, but they can. So number one most important thing to do if you're going to go off and do any difficult off-roading is get somebody you trust that has done it before to spot you. It'll be the thing that makes you the happiest, and it'll help you avoid a lot of damage, a lot of injury, and a lot of costly mistakes. So find a good spotter.